Hi, my name is Alana, and I received a living kidney donation from my husband about 6 years ago. My kidney failure began when I was 13 years old. I was a very active and social young lady in school. I was on a cheerleading team and always did fun things with my friends. It wasn't until my sixth grade graduation that my family and I went to a seafood restaurant to celebrate. Seafood is my favorite thing to eat. After eating the seafood, I started to swell in my face, around my eyes, my hands, and my feet. My family and I thought I had an allergic reaction to the seafood. So my mom rushed me to the emergency room. After a blood and urine test, they found that it was not an allergic reaction to the seafood, but the first signs of my kidneys not functioning properly. I was then sent to a specialist for more testing. Living without working kidneys was very devastating for my family and I. As a very active young lady and a very prissy girly girl, I started to see the effects of the medication and my kidney disease within my body. The medication would make my face puffy. I had to eat a very low sodium diet. And I also did not have the energy to hang out with my friends and do the active things that I love to do. Many years later, I ended up on dialysis, and life as I knew it would never be the same. I am the recipient of two living kidney donations. My brother donated the first time, and the most recent donation, about 6 years ago, was from my husband. When I first learned of living kidney donation, I was very excited to know that it could be preemptive, meaning that I would not have to get dialysis prior to the kidney donation. Once my doctor explained to me how to get the process done in a quick fashion, my brother stepped up, got tested, and was a match. And he was able to be my very first living kidney donation. I'm grateful that my doctor explained the process to me and made me comfortable enough to move forward. In my personal experience, I found it very easy to talk about living donation with my family and friends, simply because my family knew what I was going through and that I would possibly need a kidney down the line. Thankfully, my brothers decided that when the time came that they would get tested. Even after me being nervous about them going under for the surgery, sacrificing their bodies, they were adamant about getting tested when the time came. So it made it a very easy conversation for my family and I. When my husband donated to me, he met me knowing that I had a chronic kidney disease and that I would possibly need a second kidney down the line. And he too prepped himself and educated himself for when the time will possibly come. Although both of my living kidney donors was very adamant about moving forward with the living kidney donation, in the back of my mind, I was always nervous about the risks they were taking. These are two very healthy human beings who are giving up a body part. This is a body part. This is huge. They're putting their body at risk for someone who already has a chronic disease. They were adamant about moving forward, and I was able to comfortably move forward as well with this blessing. I've had two living donations. Before both transplants, I spoke with my husband and my brother about what life would be like after the transplant. We all decided to have a positive attitude during the whole process and to think about life after transplant. I don't want to give the impression that everything was perfect, but we were intentional about being positive and staying in a good mindset. We talked about how we would be sore and how we would get people to nurse us up and bring us things that we wanted. We also talked about the food we wanted to eat, the places we wanted to go, and activities we wanted to do when we were all healed up. I am a chef by trade and a foodie by nature. After my first and second living kidney transplant, I was excited to eat the foods I loved once again. Of course, in moderation, and still consciously following a lower sodium diet. My recovery the first go round was pretty simple. I like to attest that to me being much younger during that time. My second transplant did not go as smoothly as the first one. I needed to have my incision reopened and also had to spend a little more time in the hospital. But to date, everything is going great and I am stabilized. Just to recap, my first living kidney donation from my brother was preemptive. I did not need dialysis. But after that kidney failed, I had to go on dialysis for 1 year prior to my husband donating his kidney to me. A life without dialysis meant that I could get my quality of life back. There was a noticeable difference within me while on dialysis. My skin tone had darkened quite a bit. I lost a substantial amount of weight. My energy was always extremely low. Once I received my second kidney transplant from my donor, my husband, life changed drastically. My skin brightened up, my appetite increased. I started enjoying the foods I loved again. My energy was up, and I was able to live life on my terms once again. It has now been almost 6 years since I received a kidney from my husband, and I feel amazing. 2 years after our kidney transplant, my husband and I gave birth to a beautiful, healthy baby girl, and both she and I are doing great. I'm so excited to let you know that life after kidney transplant can be the life that you want it to be. Again, I live life on my terms. We knew we wanted to have another baby, and we took all the proper steps and precautions to move forward in a healthy and successful manner. We are all doing great. We are all healthy, and I'm beyond grateful that I was blessed with a second living kidney donor. I have a great relationship with both my living kidney donors. My brother and I are still very close, and when he gets his yearly checkup, I'm always quick to ask him, what is your kidney function? How does your blood pressure look? These are always very important for me to know. And we always make sure we take the steps to protect my kidney and their one kidney. I have a great relationship with my husband. Our journey to transplantation was quite a rocky one. Being denied on several occasions, we learned how to speak up for ourselves, we learned how to advocate for ourselves, and we learned how to not accept the first, second, or third no. That made our bond so much stronger, and we were able to bond on a deeper level. We now use our voice to be a voice for the voiceless and to teach people in my position with a chronic kidney disease how to advocate for themselves and to get the health care and the quality care that they deserve.